Halo guys,
ngomong Inggris ya?
today we
Today.
want to make milk crepe tape ketan.
The ingredients we use are glutinous rice, a banana leaf, some water, and ragi, which is a fermentation starter. These are milk, flour, butter, eggs, sugar, heavy cream, tape ketan, and food coloring such as red, blue, green, and purple. For making tape, we need some basic kitchen tools like a steamer, a pot, bowls, a spoon, and basins. We also use a rice scoop, a digital scale, a jar, cling wrap, and a stove. For making milk crepes, we need some kitchen tools like spatulas, a strainer, a stove, a hand mixer, and a whisk. We also use non-stick pans, plates, a knife, cling wrap, a digital scale, soap labels, gloves, and packaging.
So first, wash the ketan and put it in the fridge overnight to help it soften. The next day, remove the water and wash the ketan to get rid of the starch. After that, add the water to a pot and bring it to a boil, and then use it to steam the ketan for 45 minutes. After the first steam, the ketan needs to be cooled down for 20 minutes on a bowl lined with banana leaf. While the banana leaf is recommended, it is only optional because it helps add aroma. After the first 20 minutes of cooling it down, pour hot water on the ketan, but make sure to avoid pouring hot water and doing the second steam before it is fully cooled. After pouring the hot water, steam the ketan again for 45 minutes, and after the second steam, let it cool down again. After it has fully cooled down, add 1.5 pieces of yeast or around 50 grams of it to the ketan and mix it well. Do not add yeast to hot or even warm ketan because the yeast can die. After mixing it well, add another layer of banana leaf to close off and wrap the bowl with plastic wrap. Make sure the bowl is airtight so no contaminants can get in and it can ferment well. Now you can let it ferment for 2 days. After 2 days of fermenting, the plastic wrap should be convexing a little from the carbon dioxide gas buildup from the fermentation process. That's how you know it has been fermented. Then, open the plastic wrap and put the ketan in smaller containers and let it sit in the fridge for a week. A week later, take the ketan out of the fridge and let it sit overnight at room temperature. By the next day, you should be able to see that the ketan has released even more water and it is softer. After doing so, you finally have your tape ketan ready to be processed. First, we mix the wet ingredients such as the eggs, melted butter, milk, and vanilla into a bowl. After getting the wet batter, we pour 60 grams of sugar into the batter mixture. Then we mix it until it's dissolved. After the sugar is fully dissolved, we slowly add the flour in the batter to make sure it's incorporated well and there are no clumps of flour in the batter. Refrain from pouring all of the flour in the batter at once to make sure that there are no large clumps of flour in the batter. After fully mixing it, we separate the batter into 5 even amounts in different bowls and we add the food coloring into the separate bowls. Since we're gonna make a rainbow out of the crepes, we're gonna want to have all the colors of the rainbow. Before cooking the batter, heat the pan and make sure it's hot enough for the batter to be cooked in under a minute. Next, pour the batter. Each crepe will use about 1 full ladle of batter, and the batter should be cooked starting from the color red, so when it is flipped to fill with cream, the purple part will be at the bottom and it will be shaped like a good rainbow. Once you start seeing bubbles on the batter, flip the crepe itself and cook the other side for less than 30 seconds to make sure it retains its vibrant color. After all the crepes are cooked, let it sit to cool. While letting the crepes cool, pour the cool heavy cream onto a large bowl and start mixing it. Make sure you use a bowl large enough for mixing because it can end up splattering everywhere. Mixing it into buttercream should take about 30 to 40 minutes, so please be patient. Once the cream starts to clump and separate, keep mixing it for at least 5 minutes until the buttercream separates from the buttermilk. Then, pour out the buttermilk and gently press on the buttercream to squeeze the remaining buttermilk from it. After squeezing, the buttermilk is ready to be used in the crepe cake.
Enak.
So for the stuffing, we were about to make whipped cream but we failed. Instead, we turned the failed whipped cream into buttercream by mixing it
Bagus
for
tuh,
more.
bagus. Makasih
Then-
Bu.
To continue the stuffing, we must mix the buttercream with the tape. But before we mix them, we must squeeze the tape until it dried enough and able to mix with the buttercream. For your reminder, don't do this with a dirty hand.
Yeah.
Yes. And did it take long?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you guys traumatized by making that thing? Yes.
Yes.
I got ankles. That's your own fault. You're just please.